What's happening? It's your boy BNINE, aka Mr. Neinstein Bombay Billy. I'm checking in live here in Cincinnati, Ohio. And this evening, I'm gonna go ahead and knock out and answer 5 random questions. Okay, 21st birthday. Let me go back like 10 plus years. If I'm not mistaken, I know we started off at this bar, this pub called JD's Pub, which is still standing. I ain't been there in years, but JD's Pub. The thing is, a lot of my homies, they were already older than me. I'm like the younger cat out the clan. So a lot of my homies was older than me. They were already 21 and older. So it was nothing to them. They brought me into the bar. They gave me this drink called the Fish Bowl. And it was a big old glass fish bowl of nothing but alcohol. Man, I don't even know what was in it. It was a gang of alcohol just mixed all in one. I'm pretty sure dark and light, all kinds of stuff. And they told me, they said, okay, we're gonna go to the titty bar after this. But before we do go, you gotta finish this whole fish bowl. So I knocked the fish bowl out. I'm pretty sure maybe the homies helped me out a little bit because it was a lot. I do not recall eating anything. Maybe we had some wings. I don't even think we had that because we ended up at the strip joint in Speedway, Indianapolis, Indiana. What was that joint called? What's that joint called? The Wild Cherry. We ended up at the Wild Cherry. That was my first time in a strip joint, and I just remember getting dances from a light-skinned young lady, a dancer by the name of Cream. Shout out to Cream. I don't know if you're still in the dancing profession. I hope you've elevated since then, but Cream she had me hooked. She had me hooked on that little Wild Cherry joint. But so we spent the night off after clowning in the strip joint with the homies. We ended up at Denny's. So I don't think we actually ate before that. The first meal came probably around 3 o'clock in the morning at Denny's. And then the follow-up, the next day, we celebrated at Memories Bar and Grill, which is like an older joint. You're gonna find 25 and up in that joint. And I've always been an old soul anyway, but I just remember they were not carded. And my little brothers were able to come in. I know Tazo was probably 17, not even quite 18 yet, because he didn't turn 18 till a little later in September. We all September babies. So you got my little bro Tazo in there, 17 years old. I'm just turning 21. And if I'm not mistaken, my youngest brother, Rippy was in there too for a little bit. They did not card him. Now Rippy couldn't have been no older than 14. If I remember correctly, Rippy was in that mug, which is hilarious, man. Because here I am, just turning 21 as their big brother, and you know these dudes are 17 and 14. But I don't think Rippy stayed all night. But that is my 21st birthday memory. You know what? I don't have many regrets in life. I will say that. I'm a strong believer of everything happens for a reason. So to me, it's all natural. I will say this though. Man, we can go back to 2001. And this lady approached my mom. At the time, my mom was teaching water aerobics. And this lady that was taking one of her classes, she happened to ask her, my mom being a woman of color and this lady being a Caucasian woman. I don't know if it was her or her husband, but basically they owned a shampoo company and they were looking for ethnic, non-processed hair. Real talk, they were looking for some ethnic, non-processed hair. And you know, I like to say I probably had something like that Hawaiian Silky, you feel me? Which at the time, you know, it was a lot thicker and a lot more full, pause on that, than it is now. But all they needed was 8 inches. They needed 8 inches of ethnic non-processed hair. And my mom comes back to me and she's just like, check it out. Whoop-de-woo. I know this lady, this is what she's needing. Just 8 inches. Now at the time, my hair was probably, a little past my shoulders. I had way more than 8 inches. I probably had a good 14 inches, real talk. And me being young and dumb, that was just too much. I was too into my hair. Nah, I gotta have hang time, or nah, man, I gotta drape on them, man, and be slick with it. Man, she was offering $10,000 to $12,000 just for 8 inches. Man, do you know that 8 inches would have been back in half a year? You know what I mean? I mean, my hair is a lot longer now than it was then, so it would have been grew back a long time ago, man. That's a regret. Real talk, that is a regret. And when I made up my mind, like car trouble, niggas started running into some issues in life, and of course, when I reach out to mom, hey, is that lady still taking your class? No, nowhere to be found. My mom never got a number, and that was that. So that was $10,000 to $12,000 down the tube that your boy could have had. Stupid me. Yeah, the hardest thing that I ever had to do, I would say, and this is not easy to talk about, but I would say leaving my daughter. Now that's not leaving out of her life. That's not walking out of her life. That's when me and her mom split. I left the crib. And I left her to be with her mother. That's the hardest. That's definitely the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. It happened. She's 13 today. It happened when she was 5 years old. So I went the whole first 5 years of her life tucking her in bed, reading bedtime stories, always being the father in the house and able to lock the door at night and know that my child was safe under my watch. You know what I mean? In good hands. And after that happened, it was difficult. It was rough. It messed with me. It played with me. Definitely not easy to do. Now, I see her a lot. Even after that happened, I still saw her a lot. It was just new to me. It was new to me, and it was something that, it was not ideal. It's never ideal to create a child, and in your mind, you're knowing you're leaving her at some time, and she's not under your care 24/7. That's not the idea. That's not the wave. So that's probably definitely the hardest thing I've ever had to cope with and do in life. Real talk. Come on, you know what? I should call you out, but I'm gonna keep everyone anonymous as far as these random questions go. Bath or showers? I'm a grown man. I'm sorry. Should no grown man be taking baths on a regular? I'm gonna have to go with showers. I mean, come on, man. When you think of baths, you can't take a bath without having bubbles. Bubbles and a grown man in a tub. Nigga, rubber duckies. I mean, come on, nah. Champagne glasses and on a consecutive basis, nah. On some anniversary stuff with your young lady, you know what I mean? Kicking it at the Sybaris or at some exotic getaway. That's different, but nah. On a regular basis, it's shower. I'm not about to be a grown man laying up in some bath water. Laying up in soaking. A grown man soaking. Bath bubbles getting all up in your man. Cut. Really, that's a good question. That's a good question. And I pretty much want to say you could split that answer up in two categories. And the categories would be people that actually know me and people who may not know me or may think they know me. So For the people that may think they know me but really don't know much about me, they probably think I'm witty. They might think I'm a little off, you know what I mean? A little tapped, a little off balance. Definitely an open book, full of life, and outspoken. That's what I would think people think of me. Now, as far as those who know me, those who really know me, they would probably tell you the same thing. He's outspoken. He's real. He has a big heart. He's a giving guy. He's a man of God. He's a family man. But there's no gray area. There's no gray area with that guy, is what they would tell you. They would tell you he's either hot or cold. He's either having a great day, or he's having a type of day where he doesn't want to deal with anyone. That's just what I recollect. I'll say that. So, I think that pretty much answers it. Yo, right on, and thank you for watching 5 random questions with B9. It's been my pleasure. It's been fun. Maybe I should do this again. And thank you for the support, y'all. If you have not had a chance to check it out, y'all know I just released Eargasmic. To get access to it, go ahead and check the website that will be down below and in the description. Free digital download. Name your price if you feel like paying for it. If not, snatch it up for free. I put it out there for y'all. It's for your ears. You know, it's my token to you. And if you want the physical copy, grab the physical copy. It's $5.99. I'll get it mailed out to you. I'll get it tagged up to you if you would like the autograph, and we'll go from there. One love.